Our next story follows the legendary battle between Tati Smatti versus Shamey Payne. And on the sidelines, Jamie Shirley. Yo! Alright, let's watch this fucking video. No. Hold up. I think I have notes on it. I want to make sure I don't forget my points while I tear this a new asshole. Because first of all, I always watch 2 times speed, but this is like I would watch this 8 times speed if you could. Because my fucking god, the fact that she got this to 40-minute blows my fucking mind. If you are a YouTuber, I mean, I'm live now, so it doesn't really matter. But if you make a video and you can't keep a concise message, then get the fuck out of here. Get that shit out of here. Don't waste my goddamn time. 16 times speed. 32 times speed. Get through that shit. I ain't got all day. 40 minutes? Nah, I don't think so. I think it's worth noting that this video is as well heavily monetized. You don't see it now, but I remember seeing like bing, bam, boom, 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 mid-roll, 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 mid-roll. And she says that all the AdSense is going to this like charity about spiritual awakening, whatever that is. I don't know. And I don't understand. I feel like I kind of want to dig into a little bit what this charity is. What do they do? They're a non-profit dedicated to helping underserved youth and children in juvenile justice system to realize their spiritual identity. It might be good. It might be terrible. I'm not gonna bother finding out. It just seems so. Just don't put ads on it, okay? If you're making an exposed video, don't put ads on it. I remember also in her original video, she had ads in it, and she spent a good portion, a good-ass, big-ass portion, talking about her own fucking brand. It was so annoying. Spirit Ranch. You're going to the Spirit Ranch now. I do feel like spirituality, teaching that to kids could be a positive thing, depending on how. Very, very much in the details on that one. All right, so I gotta watch this. Are you guys ready? 2 times speed. Let's do this.
It's been a long time coming for me to share with you some.
Actually, there was so much in those seconds, actually. Let me go through that again.
It's been a long time coming.
We got like borderline crying face and we're 5 seconds in. Just start off the video. Another time, please. Don't do it like that. And the timing of this is interesting as well. You know, as soon as the narrative that... I haven't followed this good at all, by the way. But the narrative online was sort of shifting a little bit, that Shane and Jeffree Star was more of the problem. Like, they are the ones behind the video, and now she makes the video like a year later. The timing of that is worth noting.
For me to share with you some very, very important things. And I am going to be reading from what is approved by my legal team. So I am, once I start getting into what I need to share.
Of course she's reading a legal script that her lawyers approved. She should be glad that James Charles didn't sue her. Like, she should be so lucky. So to come out now and reading some legal script is like, dude. Like, I'm glad she and James resolved it. But man. Sorry, I know I'm really slow. I just got my I'm not used to streaming like this.
With you guys today, what I feel is important to share with you. I won't be deviating, and it's at the advice of my legal counsel. So there's so much going on YouTube and in the world, and first off, I do want to request something. Actually, before that, I just want to tell you that I missed you guys.
Oh my god. She uploaded like a month ago. I missed you guys. I missed you so much. She uploads like 5 times a month, and then she take a month break. Oh, I miss you. Yeah, 2 times speed. I agree.
A lot.
I'll do 175.
And I'm sorry that you haven't seen me in a while. And I'm hoping that this video clears up a lot of the reasons why I felt I could not be online over the past couple of months. I've missed making videos, and I've missed you so much.
A month.
But
it's been a month.
Ask anyone watching this that believes in anything higher than themselves, that believes in any higher power, all higher power, all God.
It's about God now. How did we get here? What are you talking about? Get to the point.
God is love and the root of love. And I am a woman of faith, and I've been praying every day over this event, scandal, whatever you want to name it. And I just ask that you press pause for a moment and even just...
Okay. Now what? What they do? Instructions not clear, Tati. Be more specific.
For 10 seconds, just cover this in prayer, because there is so much healing that needs to take place. There was a lot of injustice, and there's a lot of...
It was all your fault. It was all your fault. Stop talking like you're some sort of bigger person. You caused all of this. Literally all of it. There's a higher power of healing. It's like pouring gasoline on a house and turning it on fire, and then afterwards going, we must heal. There is a higher power. Everyone, just take a moment. Take a moment, everyone. Sit down. Who lit the house on fire? Everyone just sit down and spiritual awakening. Because higher power. I need to preface this video with a bunch of fucking irrelevant topics.
Truth that needs to come forward, but it is not going to be easy, and it's very painful. And I don't wish harm or hate on anyone. And I just want to make that very, very clear.
It wasn't clear last video I saw of you, Tati. I would say it was the opposite. You seemed very mean-spirited. Oh, man.
I'm an imperfect person, and I do my best to be caring, kind, and loving, and I screw up, and I make bad choices. And I think that we all right now, we go online and it's really easy to make terrible choices, even with how you cast a vote on what your opinion is of someone's news story, or whatever's going on in the world, or just anything you see in the media right now. Be mindful. We're made to feel like we have to follow the herd, and there are so many AI bots and accounts that aren't even real that influence your opinion on whatever narrative is out there, and it has just left me feeling really...
Russian bots, guys. That was the real reason James Charles was cancelled. I understand now. My higher being has been elevated. Thank you, Tati. It all makes sense. It was the Russians again. I knew it. Confirmed. It was Russian bots, guys. You gotta be careful. Sheesh. Did we walk into that one? Those AI Russian bots. Putin must have sat there being like, it's time to cancel James Charles. I want him gone. Gone forever. That two-faced bitch. They don't like, aren't they against homosexuality in Russia? Okay. I think all the pieces fits perfectly in this narrative. That's just not my opinion, however, that's just a fact.
Heartbroken. If enough people have one opinion about something, it feels like the masses turn the tide really quickly, and I've witnessed that, and I feel like I've experienced that with my own scandal, but it's even worse, like stepping back from the picture and not being like so close up to it, and actually stepping back, and with all of the sadness going on in the world, you see how quickly the tides turn, and I just want to inspire you guys, or just empower you, actually, to look further into yourself and your own opinions, and don't follow the herd. Follow your heart, really, because I thought I was following mine, so if you can take...
What does it mean by that? She was listening to the wrong people. Little foreshadow sprinkle there. It was all Shane Dawson's fault. Just say it.
Anything from this, it's listen to your heart first, and always, and don't bend on that. I feel like sometimes we're afraid to be ourselves in this world. Like, our freedom of speech is expanded in areas and limited in others, because the second that someone jumps and disagrees, it feels like so many jump with that, and you feel voiceless and afraid to speak up. And I think that's a scary part of the world right now, that some of the good is suppressed and voiceless. And I'm not here for that, and I want to speak as much of my truth as I legally am permitted to do. And so I'm going to share what I can.
Oh, there's the mid-roll. Oh, nice. Nice. It's all for the spiritual awakening, guys. My little treat to the spiritual awakening. Hey, you want to find out what I... Spiritual awakening first, bitch.
I'm grateful for anyone that has come here to hear. Talking publicly about a wound in my heart that I don't think will ever fully heal is not something I ever wanted to do. I avoided it, even though I felt the heaviness of so much disappointment. Until today, I made no comment, and I have made every effort to move through this with dignity. The reality is, every day I've struggled quietly trying to rebuild my now poisoned reputation. The heartbreak that was born from the scandal still lingers, and I...
Yeah, why the fuck do I get... Why am I getting labor ads? What the fuck? She's not pregnant. No. 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 What the fuck? No. No, I'm shutting this down. She's not. What the fuck?
I feel it won't ever have the opportunity to completely heal until I uncover the truth from all parties involved and their motivation of it all. For over a year now, every time the scandal is revisited...
Oh, I just noticed a t-shirt. It says peace on it. That's amazing.
Either in the mainstream media or through social platforms.
My mind is spiritual awakening.
Of relentless hate while remaining voiceless. I've lost over a year of my life terrified of social media and terrified of speaking up against the people that used, coerced, and manipulated me into uploading my video in May of last year. As a result...
Ooh, she was coerced. She was manipulated. It was all Putin. I guarantee you, that's what the outcome of this video is.
The damage to my health, relationships, reputation, business, and general well-being have been enormous. The platform that I love, this platform that saved my life and that changed my life, has become toxic. And what it needs now more than ever are peacemakers. We need to find our way back to the beginning through forgiveness and leading with love. We need to rebuild a safe place to escape again.
I want her to quit YouTube so bad. It's so embarrassing looking at this. How old is she? Like, bruh. 38. You're 38. You're done. You fucked up so bad. You're done. I don't want to cancel her. I just want her to realize just how embarrassing this is. 38. She's almost 40. What's her net worth? 6 million. She'll be okay.
Our world seems to be falling apart all around us.
So the last thing we need to do
is fuel more hate by releasing my receipts and voice memos. But I know many of you are needing some answers, as well as a long overdue apology for the role that I played. Also, by the way, these are my words. I did write this, and this is from my heart, but I am being careful here, and I think you guys understand why. Back in December 2019, after Shane and Jeffree's series ended, James Charles came to my LA home, and we compared DMs, texts, and stories about what had happened behind the scenes. We apologized to each other, forgave each other, and agreed to wait patiently until it was safe for me to share my story. Since that night...
I'm glad they made up, though. That's nice of James, to be honest. That speaks more of him than anyone. I'm really glad James came out of this on top. There's some serious allegations towards him being a predator and some sort of yeah, that was the narrative, wasn't it? James Charles is a predator. He's coming for your children. Boy, you better lock them up. So yeah.
James Charles has repeatedly said that he wanted to be beside me for this video. But I felt it was important that I do it alone. Because he deserves my first apology. And I am really sorry, James. And I've said that privately, but I want you to hear it publicly.
I'm sorry, James, for trying to ruin your career forever, indefinitely, over some vitamin gummy bears. Oh man, I would say I would forgive her, but I would say as far away as possible from her. She's crying again.
I'm sorry. To provide some context, it's important for you to know that I love James Charles. He has a special place in my heart, and that never changed.
Except that one time.
Even when I was hurt.
Oh, the vitamins. The vitamins! The vitamins!
It is. I've
She
been trying
was
to
so
feel
upset she had to remove her bracelet. My God.
strong enough to
I've
do this
been
video
there.
because
Can
I
relate.
want to feel strong. I don't feel
I want to feel strong. I'm so strong. I know that I'm a role model, so I have to. Oh my God.
like I'm able to talk about any of this without getting emotional. So forgive my emotions. This is really difficult
not
stuff.
forgiven.
I was always more of a mentor than a friend to James Charles.
Which makes it all the weirder. That makes the whole situation weird. You were supposed to be his mentor. If you think he'd done something wrong, publicly shaming him about it over rumors, it's so fucked up. He's 21. He was what was he? 19 when it happened? 20?
I was someone he could lean on if he needed advice. He came into my life after he had sent me a tweet in 2016, and I met him in person for the first time at a Generation Beauty event in New York. Not long after that, his CoverGirl deal was made public, and he was off to the races. I was a proud friend, and I wanted nothing but good things for him. A few months later, he was a guest at my wedding, where he did my makeup for my wedding day. It's still my favorite memory of us, as it was a...
Wow. I remember in her original video when she brought up the wedding, she said that she was ashamed, and that was like her biggest regret that James Charles. I don't remember exactly what she said, but it was something like, "I really regret that he was in my wedding photos, because now I can never take that back." And now she's saying the opposite. Okay. Whenever it's convenient, I suppose.
A gift getting to know him before all of the success. James Charles has made his fair share of mistakes and has been in scandals. We all have, but I always believed in him, as he had a rare ability to improve himself through any situation. In the past, if I was upset, it never lasted long. He is gifted with turning pain into strength, and I've always admired that. However, prior to the scandal last May, I'd started growing frustrated with what I perceived as a progressing sense of entitlement, and I felt that he was...
So I reached out to him, and I talked to him about it, because that's my role as a mentor, and I'm 20 years older than him. Nothing adds up so far. I got nothing but bad things
making
out
some
of this.
detrimental choices that could jeopardize his career and safety. None of my concerns became overwhelming until after I met Shane Dawson. When I made my video, I expressed my opinions about James Charles's behavior. I expressed how much a specific decision he made that I...
Wait, sorry, did she mention Shane?
Until after I met Shane Dawson.
Shane Dawson's fault. It was all Shane Dawson's fault, guys. Okay. This is Putin, and then behind Shane Dawson, and then behind Tati. That's how that happened.
When I made my video, I expressed my opinions about James Charles's behavior. I expressed how much a specific decision he made that I perceived as betrayal hurt me. I was very worried and heartbroken, but I did not lie in that video. I never called James Charles a p***er, and I never said that James Charles was a danger to society. My video was...
I never specifically... It's important to say this in front of the camera so the jury can hear. That sentence, it's such a clear myself from any legal legality of lawsuits. I never actually called him a predator. I never used those exact words. You said that he was trying to trick guys, straight guys, into being gay. You may have not used the word predator, and that was something that spiraled out of control afterwards. But you definitely helped contribute to that. It would not have popped up out of nowhere.
It's not made with any malice. I did not publicly air any of
with
the horrific...
no malice! She said that with a straight face! Can you believe that?
accusations that were being made behind the scenes. While I was definitely upset that he had accepted a sponsorship from the biggest rival to my brand, Halo Beauty, I did not make my video because of vitamins.
Oh god, I got enough fucking ad.
Get rid of what you don't need. Try Fire True Blend, the fruit yogurt with no added sugar and no sweetness.
I made it as a result of all the poisonous lies that were fed to me by Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star. James Charles' Sugar Bear Hair sponsorship.
It's so boring to listen to that it's not even registering. Is she blaming Shane again?
And all of the drama that had kicked up afterwards, that was just my breaking point. Yes, I'm a grown woman. I'm smart.
You don't act like it. Okay. Just saying. I haven't seen any of that. It's funny because I remember in my original video, I was like, it seems like she knows how to manipulate her own audience. And since this became so much bigger than her own audience, it became open to the whole internet. It was so easy as an outsider to look at what she's saying and just with a more critical eye and pick apart and being like, I can tell you're not being sincere. I can tell what you're trying to do here, bringing up your brand. I can tell what you're insinuating by making these claims. She's trying to act smart, but she's really not. And the fact that she's doing the exact same thing is just crazy to me. It shows that she's learned nothing.
I can usually spot deceit and manipulation a mile away, but my guard was down from being heartbroken, and I allowed myself to be worked by Shane, Jeffree, and others.
So she allowed herself to be, what did she say, worked? Worked by Shane and others? There are others involved. Ooh.
My video went up, I was never served a lawsuit or any cease and desist letters.
Another legal letter. When it happened, I was never actually sued, so you can't sue me in the future.
I only privated my video at the request of YouTube because YouTube said it was a bad look for their platform. James,
Can we play that again? What did she say? I'm sorry, I'm like slower
video
than
went
her.
up, I was never served a lawsuit or any cease and desist letters. I only privated my video at the request of YouTube because YouTube said it was a bad look.
You should have privated. You should have privated it because you spread a bunch of lies about someone that you were a mentor for, not because YouTube said you should have done it. The fact that she mentioned it like as a way to absolve herself a little bit from drama or trying to clear it up, it's like, that's not helping. That is not a good excuse to private that video.
For their platform.
That's the worst
James,
excuse.
I am so sorry that I allowed myself to be poisoned and weaponized against you. I'm sorry that I bought into any of their lies. Believing those lies and allowing myself to be gaslit into making that video is one of the biggest regrets of my life.
That is not an apology. That is shifting blame. An apology is owning up to what you did. I would never accept this apology. Makes me so angry. Saying I'm sorry because other people made me do this thing, that's shifting blame. That is not an apology. That is not an apology at all. And my God, the amount of times I heard the word gaslit the past fucking weeks.
For their platform. James, I am so sorry that I allowed myself to be poisoned and weaponized.
James, I am so sorry I uploaded that video. I was angry and upset, and I would have never realized how much impact it would have if it had. If I knew, I would never have uploaded that. I was angry and I was upset and I was hurt, but it's something that I should have resolved with you privately and not made public to the internet. I am ashamed that I made this decision out of anger, but I hope moving forward, we can move forward with love. No? Is that so fucking hard? I'm sorry I was being gaslit by other people. I am so sorry. That is not an excuse. That is not a sorry. Come to me, all right? No one has reached out. Not a single fucking person. And Shane's apology video was so fucking bad too. Why does no one listen to me? An apology should be short, simple, and sweet. Unless you got receipts. Yeah. That is the rhyme for a good apology. Boom. Remember those words. Short, simple, sweet. Unless you got receipt. 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 That's how you make an apology. Oh! Ain't that fucking hard? We don't need to hear 40 minutes.
Against you. I'm sorry that I bought into any of their lies. Believing those lies and allowing myself to be gaslit into making that video is one of the biggest regrets of my life.
That's her regret. That's what she took out of this, unironically. I am a smart adult. That's what I got out of that, okay?
I should have tried harder to reach you over those concerns in person.
Yeah, try harder. He called you. You literally have to go, oh, James is calling. Hello. I should have tried harder. Phone. Can't pick it up. How it work? Oh, fuck, I tried so hard. I must try harder. Oh, it's too difficult. How it work? God damn. She said in her video, she admitted it herself, that Snake, I call her Snake now, because that's what she is. Reptile. She said in her video that, or maybe it was James that said it, that he tried calling her, but she didn't pick up. The biggest drama that we've ever seen online could have been avoided if she just answered the fucking phone instead of saying, no, I'm gonna make a video exposing this guy.
And I'm sorry for giving up on you. The information they were giving me was terrifying. I thought your career and freedom were in jeopardy. I was trying to get you to put your phone down and seek help because I was told there were a lot of victims that were going to come forward to destroy you.
So I did the job for them. What the fuck? I heard a bunch of rumors about you and I was so worried it was going to damage you and destroy you. So I made a video exposing all of it. What the hell? They are not making any sense. I understand her perspective. I really do. Because it's like, when you hear stuff about a person from other people, a lot of times it seems really bad before you heard their own perspective. And she refused to do that. She refused to listen to his side. So instead, she bought up all this stuff that people told her. And she was like, oh, he's bad. And he did me wrong. So I have to make this video to destroy him. Bye, James. Bye, sister. But, what's I talking about? Fuck. Yeah, alright, let's keep watching.
I was foolish for believing them. I was scared. I thought if I called you out, you would put your phone down and stop the detrimental behavior.
You would put your phone down. He called you. We know this. This is a fact.
I was being made to believe was true. James, I apologize for uploading that video.
Good.
I should have known better than to fall for their lies and manipulation.
God damn it. God fucking damn it. You were so close. It's not so hard. Just own up to what you did. It's not difficult. She was so close to an actual apology. So close. I am so sorry that other people did the bad thing. Not me. I'm strong woman, adult, 47. Thank you.
In the end, I failed. And instead, I allowed Shane and Jeffree to put a wedge between our friendship.
It was Shane and Jeffree's fault. Every controversy I've done, it was Shane and Jeffree's fault. They gaslit me to do it. Reporting live here.
Jeffree Star first contacted me early in his YouTube career wanting to meet. But it wasn't until 2017 that we started speaking. I knew that Jeffree had had a lot of drama in his past, but when he came to me, he presented himself as someone who had changed and was trying to be better. I saw his pain and
Jeffree Star is like the... I was surprised he got away cheap out of that whole drama that happened. Because he made a video afterwards, just because Jeffree really attacked James. I think he's the one that called him a predator, technically. And, said that he was banned from his house and shit like that. And I'm not sure exactly. I don't remember. He was involved with kind of like spreading the narrative that James was bad. This is Jeffree Star. He's like the Keemstar of the beauty community. Because he apparently knows all this like drama around people. And he's kind of using that as a weapon to be like, I'm going to expose. I got you.
I felt that I could be a positive influence. As time went on, I learned that being friends with Jeffree Star was like being friends with a lion. Yes, he may have been dangerous, but he was always really kind to me. From time to time, I would see improvements, which were followed by setbacks thereafter. But overall, I thought he was growing as a person. And again, I thought I could be a good example for him.
I tried so hard to make him pure. My goodness in my heart was not enough. I was so foolish. I was such a fool. We're never going to get through this video.
I even tried to get him involved with my favorite charity, Diverting from Script. P.S. I am going to be speaking on...
She tried so hard making him donate to charity. I've seen, I don't like Jeffree Star, but I've seen him donate to charity. He doesn't need you to do that. In his defense, like, what the fuck are you on about? To me, he seems like the kind of person that's just like, I don't know if insecure is the right word, but worried that he doesn't know how to have real connections with people. So he leverages like drama and tea as a way to kind of control them. That's what I got out of him. I have no idea. That's my armchair psychology version of Jeffree Star.
My real life more freely, I hope, in the future, and the things that I think are important. I have participated in this charity for years on end now, and
I don't care about your charity. Jesus. Oh god, mid-roll. Oh, I guess Marche is
back to another long
mobile data plan, guys.
Jackie Ina. Jackie, the moment that Jeffree went off,
I don't know who this is. I don't care.
And I regret any of the pain that I may have caused you.
I think we can cut it forward a little bit.
But I always heard from him when he was involved in drama or when he had a new launch about to happen. Though I recognized this pattern, any suspicion that I had of being used was clouded by the hope that he actually cared for me. About how much dirt he held on other brand owners and members of our YouTube community. To understand that we need to forgive the people that he is holding hostage with.
He's holding them hostage, guys. What is she referencing? There must be more tea coming up.
Veiled threats of exposure. We better trap people. It started wanting to apologize for James Charles' behavior at dinner. To me, that James was all he wanted to talk about. I even met with Jeffree in his killer merch offices in March to discuss Jeffree developing and managing my merch. And as we were touring his warehouse that was filled with sisters' apparel, it seemed that all he could do was speak poorly of James Charles. Over the next few weeks, Jeffree began talking to me about how Shane Dawson was a big fan of mine and wanted to meet me, and how I should be involved in their docuseries. Eventually, Shane reached out to me by text and started DMing me on Instagram. Shane said I was the queen of makeup reviews on YouTube, that I was his favorite beauty channel, and he wanted me to teach him all about makeup. I didn't know much about Shane Dawson. I knew that he was viewed as the king of YouTube, and he had done amazing series with Bunny, and I had...
Well, not anymore. Shane is canceled, okay? Poppy Gloria, queen of YouTube. Say it. Oh! King of YouTube. Get the fuck out.
I didn't watch much of anything else other than Jake Paul series, and of course, the series with Jeffree. In all honesty, I was looking forward to meeting Shane. I had actually hoped he would want to help me tell my personal story one day, about all the pain and heartbreak in my life that led me to wanting to start my own YouTube channel back in 2010. I wish I had researched him better. I wish I had watched his old videos. I wish I had educated myself and I was aware of his earlier content. All I knew at the time was that Shane Dawson was the most adored documentary filmmaker on YouTube. So I invited him over to my home to play with makeup and get to know him. Shane came over one afternoon in April, and I opened up and shared things that I've only shared with my closest of friends. I shared that I had been the victim of sexual assault. I spoke about my faith and told him how deeply I feel for others. He shared with me that he was an empath and that he could feel all of my pain. He pledged his unending friendship and loyalty to me forever in this life and in the next one. He told me that God had called me to be a beacon of light for the world, so that it could be a better place. He also shared that Jeffree had wanted me to have a small role in their docuseries, but the entire series was quickly changing because there was something horrible happening in our community with James Charles. He said that James Charles was a monster with many victims. Yes, I knew that Shane was friends with Jeffree and that they were working together, but I thought to myself, why would Shane Dawson, the king of truth on YouTube, be turning against James Charles? Truth?
Who has ever called Shane Dawson the king of truth? That's me! I'm the king of truth, queen! I spit fact. No one else. Spit. Left and right on the walls. The fuck? Bitch, what
things he was saying were true. Why would Shane sit in my home and spend so many hours telling me these horrific allegations if they were not true? Shane said that James Charles was a monster and that James Charles was hurting minors. Shane said he was planning to interview victims for the docuseries. He told me that something needed to be done to stop him from hurting more people. Over the course of the next few weeks, he and Jeffree fed me so much information that...
Okay, armchair psychology on Shane Dawson. I believe her when she says that Shane like spread all this tea around James Charles. Like, ooh. Because at the time, he was getting into the beauty community and all the tea and like, oh, we're so vicious. I feel like Shane still has that insecurity. Definitely for this one, he has that insecurity where he has to like talk shit about other people. I'm sure he's nice face to face, but he seems like the kind of person that talks shit. I never met him. I don't know anything how he communicates behind closed doors, but he seems like that. I believe it. that Shane talks shit about James. I definitely believe that. That is not an excuse to make the video, though.
That I felt sick. Almost every day, there was more information and new allegations. Eventually, I started believing what they were saying because they said they had evidence. By the time the drama around James Charles's promotion...
And to Shane's credit, in a weird way, I mean, the whole internet bought it too for a while. Until they heard James' perspective, everyone was on board. So it wouldn't be that weird to be part of that tea, you know? Oh my God, we know this, you know? It's not a good excuse, but I can at least understand it.
...of Sugar Bear hair reached its peak, I was beyond gaslit. Shane Dawson didn't just know about my Bye Sister video. He offered to help edit it. He even offered to design the thumbnail and help title it. I declined his offer, but his gesture supported and reinforced for me that he was telling the truth. Why else would he jeopardize his career? So surely Jeffree was telling the truth too.
Making a thumbnail for someone is not a jeopardy of career. What are you talking about?
In mind that up until this point, I didn't even know I was making a video. So how is it that so many editorial outlets knew that something was coming before I had even made a decision to film?
Because you said that you were going to... You said in your video that you reached out to 2 drama channels. She literally went, full disclosure, I spoke to 2 drama channels. That's why. Were you gaslit to forget about it, maybe?
I struggled with the decision to film my video for days. The night before I did film, Jeffree sent me what he claimed was an audio file from an alleged victim and told me to listen to the pain in their voice. The audio was clearly a small portion of a larger conversation. It wasn't enough for me to contact the authorities. It was enough to scare me.
So I made the video.
As a victim of abuse myself, I know how terrifying it is to think of facing public humiliation and legal proceedings.
I feel nothing.
It wasn't my place to contact.
You think watching someone, a woman cry would make you feel like, oh, all right, I feel bad. No, nothing. I got nothing. I like to think I'm somewhat empathetic. Yeah, nothing. I feel nothing watching this. Even when people are too dumb for their own sake and they kind of mess up, at least then I can sympathize. I can't. I physically can't. Got nothing.
It was not my place to contact authorities or the alleged victim, and I made no mention of it in my video.
It's like playing Last of Us again with Abby, yeah.
The night before posting my video, Bye Sister, I texted Shane sharing my concerns for James Charles, that he was out of the country on the high floor of a hotel and I was afraid for him hurting himself. Shane texted me back and said that I should not be nervous about the 50th floor, that James Charles was a narcissist and that he would never do that. The day the video went up, Shane requested to come over to my home and film and document what was happening. I declined. After a few days of Jeffree fanning the flames on Twitter, no victims appeared as they had stated would happen, and no evidence came forward as they stated would happen. The last time I spoke with either Jeffree or Shane on the phone was the night before Jeffree's "Never Doing This Again" video. Shortly after, the relationship dissolved entirely, and I was so confused. I bought into the conspiracy theory that what happened was all a social experiment, and that maybe James Charles was even involved. And that there was going to be a big reveal in Shane's docu-series.
Yes, that would be so good.
And I would be the fool who fell for it. Shane never reached out to check on me. And he never shared the trailer with me.
Shame, that would be so good.
The last time we spoke on the phone was before Jeffree's apology video, and I asked him to not include the drama in the series. He only texted me after the trailer was live with an audio message telling me to not worry about it. The drama was only going to be 1 episode. For the next few months, I was tormented with subtweets and innuendo that there was a huge drama around the corner. I felt that I was a liability to them and that I knew too much, so I put all of my text messages and other files on a hard drive and told a few people that I was afraid for my life.
Ooh, afraid for her life. What the fuck? I mean, it was a big thing. People get crazy. Never underestimate what the internet will do.
And had given everything
when they're angry.
I was hoping that information would leak, as I thought it might keep me safe. My mental and physical health suffered. My businesses suffered. It was all I could do.
Oh, what a shame. You did such a good plug in the other video.
Pull myself together for the launch of Tati Beauty. That night helped me so much to everyone that came, because I felt like I didn't have community anymore. And I was too ashamed to even think about inviting anyone from my community. And I'm so grateful to my subscribers that showed up for me. And I just hope that you're still there.
No, I'm not.
I'm gonna have a heart attack.
Jesus. Stop filming. My God. I want to be strong. I have a heart attack. A little dramatic, don't you think? Don't want to be mean or anything, but that's a little dramatic. Don't you think? Alright, we're almost through it.
Last fall I became so afraid to stay in my LA home that I bulk filmed a lot of videos and I left town in October to get away from it all. I was so upset that I continued to lose weight. I couldn't sleep. And slowly
I don't think she's fake crying. I think she sees herself as a victim. It's very easy to cry if you think you're a victim. You don't even have to try at all. It just comes naturally. Oh, boo-hoo me.
Became a shell of my former self. I had intended on pursuing fertility treatments in 2019, but my mind and body were just too frail. My mind and body were just too frail to support a pregnancy. It wasn't until the series ended in December, when James Charles and I met, that I started to realize what had actually happened. Over the next few months, a few people have bravely come forward with more information, and the pieces of what we believe actually happened are coming together. Make no mistake, this is far from over. I've been terrified for a very long time, so much so that I had to relocate again 2 months ago, and I have taken serious security precautions.
The day of reckoning will come, guys.
Attorneys, I cannot share with all of you right now the evidence that we have accumulated of the events that have occurred. However, there will soon come a day where we will be able to present this evidence, and you will be able to see why it is we believe that Jeffree and Shane are responsible for so much of the damage that has been caused.
Damn.
I can tell you this. It's now my opinion that Jeffree and Shane were both bitterly jealous of James Charles' success. Jeffree resented that so much of his business was centered around his biggest rival, and Shane did not like that James Charles wanted to make a documentary. Neither of them were happy with standing in his shadow on YouTube anymore. I believe James Charles was gaining more followers and receiving more views and more press faster than anyone in the history on the platform. And it's also my opinion that Jeffree and Shane needed James marginalized and out of the way for their November launch of the Conspiracy Palette along with Shane's merch. I've also recently been informed that Jeffree is allegedly a co-owner of Morphe. Before the scandal occurred, I'd also been told that James Charles was about to develop an entire cosmetics line with the owners of Morphe. This entire situation opens up a Pandora's box of speculation, but I'm just not sure anyone.
She's going full conspiracy.
Like it's my opinion that everyone involved got scared, and their plan changed multiple times as I refused to play along or engage with drama over the next several months. A year later, it is now my opinion that James Charles was not their only intended target. I believe that there are many different people who have unclean hands in all of this, and there was a coordinated plan to keep me quiet and push me out of the way for other business reasons. I do not think it's a coincidence that Morphe is about to launch their own brand of hair, skin, nail, gummy vitamins. I do not think
it's not a coincidence that they're doing this generic beauty product. This big company. That's not a coincidence, guys. Putin is behind all of it, guys. It's not a coincidence. What the fuck?
It was just Shane and Jeffree that stood to benefit from my being silenced. This was just too big. I think there were many players, and I have every intention of getting to the truth.
Well, we know who's on top.
In early May, when Jeffree went on a podcast and denied responsibility for his involvement and placed blame on me, it was both cowardly and defamatory. Last week, when Shane issued his statements about his involvement in all of this, I also perceived them as cowardly and defamatory. As for everyone else involved that did anything underhanded or defamatory over the last year, I am still...
Is she talking to herself or someone else? I'm so confused. We're almost through. I'm not going to watch it to the end.
Statute of limitations for bringing a civil action to seek recovery for my damages.
Another one.
Should I proceed with this course of actions? Okay. My attorneys will be deposing all witnesses who have information about the truth of what happened here.
This as well.
So for everyone else whose hands are dirty, that have not yet come forward, be careful of your allegiance. You don't want to be on the wrong side of the truth. I'm sorry I was unable to provide you with receipts that I'm sure you want. I've told you everything that I can right now. The remainder will be handled privately or at a time that I choose to speak publicly on it again. To the incredible
people... How convenient. All right, I can't listen anymore. All right. So Shane did a live reaction. Let's watch that. It's a classic. That's a classic video. Let me pull it up. Oh, sorry. What the fuck was he thinking? Who let him go live?
This is insane. This is insane. This woman is a fucking... I'm gonna wait till as many people get in here as... Keep playing it. Keep playing it.
He's going through like a panic attack and he decides, I'm gonna go live right now. No, don't do that. That is not how you respond. Come to me. I'll help for a decent amount of cash, of course.
New video. So how is it that so many editorial outlets knew that something was coming before I had...
Because you messaged drama channels! Oh my god. Oh my god.
True.
Oh my god.
And then before I did that, Jeffree sent me what he claimed was an audio file from an alleged victim and told me to listen to the pain in their voice.
Why Putin did it all.
Oh my god.
Yeah, his fiance. Is it called fiance?
Contact the authorities. It was enough to scare me.
Should have just stopped him.
Why would you make a video on the matter?
He's in the background.
Because she is a fucking...
Say the B word.
I can't. I don't want to say mean things about people.
Say it.
This is insane.
Damn
this is insane. This person literally... Oh my god. Okay, sorry. Keep pressing play. I need to get through this video so I can fucking... Oh my god.
So...
As a victim of abuse myself,
oh my god. You are so manipulative.
I'm glad Shane is doing well. He's keeping it nice in the quarantine. I'm glad He's looking healthy. Jesus Christ, dude. Do you think he'll make a documentary about himself? That's the only thing that can save Shane at this point.
Think of facing public.
You're fake crying. You are fake crying. You are fake crying. That is not real. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Contact authorities.
Oh my god.
It was not my
Oh my god.
past.
I was molested. I have been. Oh my god.
Victim.
That is not.
And I made no mention of it in my video.
Oh my god.
Get off.
Yeah,
The
get
night
up.
before posting
Please
my
get up.
video
Alive.
by sister,
Oh my god.
I texted Shane sharing my concerns for James Charles, that he was out of the country on the high floor of a hotel, and I was afraid for
Thank you. I'm glad he went off. Oof. Oof. Do you think Ryland pulled the raptor? It's like, no, you're not doing this. Where was I? Okay. That was not an apology from Tati. That was just shifting all the blame to Shane and Jeffree Star. And I don't doubt the fact that they told her, like, oh, he did this, or spilled a bunch of tea around him behind the scenes. I don't doubt that at all. But the thing is, what you upload on your channel is 100% your responsibility. The fact that she put that on someone else blows my fucking mind. She calls herself a strong woman and all these words, and she's fucking 37 or whatever, and she's still shifting blame when it's convenient as well. Like, now that people are already buying into this idea, oh, it was Shane and Jeffree's fault, then she comes out of nowhere, and it's fucking bullshit. You know, it blows my mind. I just can't imagine uploading a video, saying words that comes from my mouth, and then blame it on someone else. Even if I heard someone tell me, it's still on me. What I say on my own channel, that's on me and no one else. You know, even if Cyber or someone makes like an edit that puts me in trouble, that's still my responsibility. I would never blame my editors for that. It's complete bullshit. There's no way around it. You can talk about it as much as you can shift blame all you want, but we saw what happened, and nothing's gonna change my mind on that. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Be an adult. Own up to what you did. That's all you have to do. It's not hard, but I guess it is hard for people because we see it so rarely. That's my thoughts on it. I can't believe she's still trying to pull the same sort of manipulation that she did in the last video. I'm glad people are seeing through it. Like, it's got a lot of dislikes. I think it was a dumb idea to upload this video. You should not have done it. You could have been an adult and just moved on. But you just had to shift blame. You have to quit YouTube, Tati. This is so embarrassing. I know I said not bully people off a platform, but like I'm not meaning bully. I'm like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen an adult do online. Nah, that's not true. It's just so embarrassing. I can't fathom it. You're done. Not canceled. She's not canceled. I'm not canceling. I'm just saying it's so embarrassing. I cannot imagine continuing YouTube if I did something like this. I'd be so ashamed with myself. Because she hasn't owned up to anything. And it's been a year. I'm not disliking. That's not my style. Dr. Disrespect next. Next news. Next news. And yeah. I feel like this is such a redundant message because it doesn't do anything, but I don't support any harassment of anyone. Unfortunately, that's a product of the internet. I wish it wasn't like that. Yeah, I can tell people as much as possible not to do anything. And I'd be ashamed if I see you guys write a bunch of shit. I'd be really fucking disappointed. Because it doesn't do anything good. There's one thing me criticizing, and there's another thing fans being toxic, and I don't support that whatsoever. Just so we're clear.